Lenny's fine, just to keep it short.
No, of course, of course. So, welcome to the show. Thank you for agreeing to be on the show, of course. So, let's start. You have you're a jack of all trades. You do a lot. So, today we're going to center on your videography work because it's the one that you produce the most, I'm sure.
Yep.
So, in terms of when did you get started with all the work that you've done up to now in terms of videography?
So, I mean, I would say it's funny, after looking back many, many years, I realized like I used to film and like my dad always had like the cassette cameras. And I didn't know till like a more recent, like recently, like when I got older and I purchased a camera and wanted to do vacation videos and whatnot. And then I purchased another camera. And then when I actually started making money, I'm like, but where does this all start or where did it come from? And I kind of really stepped back to like me being like probably like 10 years old or so, like using cassette cameras. And I'm like, I'm the one filming all the home videos and like these old cassette cameras the whole time. And it's funny how like, many years go by, like you get stuck into school, you get stuck into work and all these things, and then you pick it up and you feel kind of, I don't know, like connected to something. So I
Right.
always wanted to know where. And that, if I had to put a beginning point, it would be that. And then like as a teenager, started doing like little YouTube videos with a cousin of mine. Then again, it went evolution to like vacation. And then like I purchased like more camera stuff. I met one of my mentors and then like doors just started opening. So then on 2019, I decided to like become official. Like all right, let me put a stamp on it. Let me register myself, and that's so if I had to do a rebirth,
Mm-hmm.
I would say 2019. Um, and yeah, like, but if I had to go really really far back, I'd be like, since I was a kid, I always just been the one filming. I remember the camcorders had like in camcorder transitions, and I used to like time them out. It was crazy.
Oh, wow. Mm. Well, for me, um, I'm not a videographer. I went to college. I did the whole learn how to film, learn how to do camera work, how to work in a television studio, and then also yeah, and then I learned about film. So the film was fun. Did film history, did documentary film, how to do one and things like that. So for me, like my start point, oh my gosh. Um, it's really funny. For me, I was like maybe I like to say five. And when my mom didn't turn on the TV, it was a dial, of course. So when she didn't turn on the TV, I used to like stare at myself inside the TV screen. And my mother goes, she gives me that look. And then when same thing with mirrors, and then she goes, "You like to look at yourself. I can tell you want to do something with communications. You want to
Wow,
be on TV." And I'm like, "Well, yeah."
that's cool. That's real cool to find
Yeah.
like through that connection. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
interesting how sometimes you could connect with like when you were a kid and whatnot, and it's like it's just
No, yeah, yeah.
attached to the passion. Like I honestly, I didn't, to be quite frank, I didn't know you can make money off of it.
No.
Uh, I was just liking the process. And then when I met a couple of guys that became my mentors, it was just like, wow. And then they would pay me to help them. But again, I'm also learning and I'm considering like them as like my mentor, which they still are to this day. Like we're always learning. Now they become my friends and peers, which is crazy. Like that's the most amazing part is like, you start working with people that was once where you wanted to be. Now you're able to like be with them on set and everything, like officially, be there, like actually contributing and also, as a team effort, making money too. So it's interesting how you follow your passion in one way and then it ends up being like a whole business.
Yeah, for sure. It's interesting though. Like I like to say that I had that, but the thing is, it aside after college, I started going into the film festival circuit. So in film festivals, I learned about being event staff. So because of my lovely height, and I guess my cara de machete, aka machete face, I'm very like you really want to test me.
Really not.
So I'm fine, Danny. Hold on one second. Give me one
Yep.
moment. Hold on for a second.
Yep.
So, like you found your calling at 10, I found mine at 5. And then, like I said, I was, working as event staff for the film festival circuit, which was pretty fun. So, um, it's interesting to see how people struggle film wise, to get your movie submitted, then get the call, assemble a team, do an EPK, an electronic package kit, electronic press kit, excuse me, electronic press kit, and have to have your posters ready and make sure that if you got your crew, who's going to be the producer or who's going to be the star, and who can fly out and who can be the face of the movie at which location that you get accepted to. So I learned that from film festival staff and also working at the film festivals themselves. Um, so working what I work at the event space that at these public space that I work at, it was kind of a little bit of transferable skills, which is kind of fun. I'm like, oh, good, I found something I can do, you know. And I just say that my day job funds the dream. So sometimes you have to like do odd jobs and you can find your passion. But you're very fortunate that you were able to find mentors that wanted to work with you. And now you work with them and they're kind of like your team and also like, I guess your peers still, your friends. Is that safe to
Yeah,
say?
like definitely all the ones that I looked up to are definitely
Mm-hmm.
like we're like right here. We talk all the time. It's crazy though to see as we both I mean as I grow, I should say, we work less and less together because it's like we're all in our own, but it's cool to see like that I've grown from them basically. Like I'm like they were the seed, and then now I'm like, wow, I've grown to have like my own set of basically my own path. So now we don't work as much together, but when we do, it's always a great time. It doesn't even feel like work. It's just like a whole bunch of guys just hanging out doing what they love
Which is
with
very
one goal
nice,
in
actually.
mind, you know.
That's really nice that you can have that camaraderie. Because for example, in the video, in the video industry, it's very hard, and also the photography business as well. It's very difficult to like grab a group of people that you can like vibe with and work together cohesively
And trust.
and
Big,
trust.
big on trust. And I've seen that too. So we're a tight circle and we know it and we keep each other abreast we keep our circle tight. And when anything else try to kind of crash into that, we kind of warn each other on it too, because that's another thing. Like this, there's always going to be people to try to undercut, to try and like,
Mhm,
you know, I feel like for me, it's like if you
mhm,
lead with love and good vibes, like that thing just comes back tenfold. And it's not always about the money. Like you can't be chasing that.
mhm.
Um, yes, you have your value, you have your price, but I also feel like the people that open doors for you, like you will always be in debt to them. That's how I feel, and I always been like that, always.
Yeah, that kind of feels a little bit like if you went to film school together, those kind of become your lifelong like crew that you'll occasionally work with, depending. Depending again on the level of trust and the level of, I guess,
Right.
friendship that you've built up to get to that point.
Mhm.
So you've done a lot of fun stuff. So let's categorize fun to least fun and go.
I would say, all right, so the most fun, wow. So I don't know, my at least my film career um has been very versatile. for the most part, I do feel like the most fun definitely has been in the fashion industry.
Mm,
I never was going towards that direction. This is why it's actually fun. I I did one fashion week one time, and I did many brands. And it was like in a collaborative thing where I just shot brands and I was posting it just to like for my portfolio. I did not know if I was gonna like it. It was literally my first time. Out of that first time, there was two brands that actually reached out, but one was actually like really, really determined to like kind of build, something with me. And I'm happy to say since then, like I am like now I'm the official videographer. Um, and that's probably the brand that's like the most on my feed, which is Just Be 72. The CEO just reached out to me. She's amazing. I love how like the way she designs her brands, her runways. She's
mm,
very, very, very diverse. She doesn't go for like your typical
mm.
model like Victoria's Secret or like that 100 pounds, 6 foot tall. Like that's why I love her brand so much because it's like it's
Mm.
realistic fashion, I like to call it.
Realistic
Stuff
fashion.
that,
Mm,
and it's affordable. It's not nothing crazy. It's like it's affordable everyday fashion, but with a little twist and uniqueness to it.
mm.
Uh, but yeah,
Who, I didn't catch the name. Who's the person?
so their logo is just a B, is BE and a period. The brand is just B 72. That's like so just be is kind of like, just be yourself.
Ah,
Like love yourself. There's so many like little slogans that they have that they kind of like empower,
mm.
especially like women empowerment. Um, and
Okay,
again, it's
okay.
like so diverse. Like there's all different
So the fashion is the fun one. Mm. So what about just like, for example,
eight.
short films or TV series or things like that?
You know what's crazy? Like, I've worked on that review. But honestly, I haven't worked on anything like that again. Uh, maybe if there's a future season or whatnot, I'm sure like he'll probably reach out to me. Um, but I don't know, like the short, fast, quick, I don't know. It's just something about the energy of doing like a short film really ain't short, basically. A series really ain't short. Everybody knows that. It's just short to the viewer. But for me on the back end, it's like, oh my God, like it's like I wouldn't call it dreading, but it can be slightly exhausting,
Yes.
kind of doing a long-term project for many, many, many weeks. Like my brain is kind of like, what's next? Which this is what I guess this is why I sway more towards like the fashion world, the quick reels, the quick promos. I'm also working with a coffee shop that also like requires constant refreshed promos and reels and stuff like that. So like it always keeps my mind going. I don't know if that makes any sense. And I have to get creative. Um, I don't know. I feel like the short film at that point in my film career, like yeah, it was great because it was something new. Now, would I say I would shoot another one? It depends on the conditions because I know it will pull me back from everything else that I'm doing. So I don't even know if I would even consider that.
That's interesting. I like how you broke it down. You're like, it's true. A short film is not short. It could be
It's
20
not.
minutes, but it takes you at least a good 2 weeks to get everything, to get the actors, to get everybody on the same page and everything. So
Yeah.
I get it.
Unless I'm just there as a videographer
No,
and then
exactly.
and there's an editor and everything, okay, cool. But if I have to film and edit, it's just like I don't know. I'm again like I'm more prone now towards I guess I'm just falling into the box now with reels and shorts and all this stuff. I just like my mind, I'd rather edit something, even though it's still long, because it could still take me probably like 8 to 10 hours to have like a maybe 1 minute reel, 30-second reel. But like trust, it would be like creative 8 to 10 hours. And then after that, people will watch those 30 seconds for a long time and over again because it's so creative.
Yeah.
Versus like, yo, building the storyline of this series or this film and have to like, camera angles, cut this, cut that. It's like it's more if I have to edit at least. Like I don't mind being I've done that a few times actually. I don't mind being just the camera operator
Hmm.
and the director's telling me, yo, this is what I want. I love that. I'm like, all right, cool, got it. Move this, move that, bomb, bomb, bomb. Is this what you're looking for? Yep, that's a shot. Let's roll. And then your editor takes it and does whatever he wants. I get to go home. I don't look back. You know what I mean? That I can do. But when they say
Okay,
like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah. Ya
yeah,
resolví. You got what you wanted. Me voy. Bye.
which is like that's how the real film world is. A lot of people don't understand that. Like when you go see, and I've been on sets where it's like, oh, well, like in the very beginning, I understand it kind of clicked to me. I was like, no wonder sometimes like we miss stuff as a one-man team. Because in any film, and I'm sure you know this, in any film crew,
Yeah.
each person has their very specific task.
Oh, yeah.
It's like it makes sense because there's so many things going on that if you give too much to one person, that something's gonna compromise.
No, for real. Um, let's see. For myself, what's interesting was this one. When I did my short film, literally, I like to say what, 3 years ago? Yeah, almost 2 to 3 years ago. I was able to shoot it in one day, 7 pages, one day, 8 hours. And it
Uh,
was hot. And then, of course, the camera, not the camera operator, he was great. He was fantastic. Shout out to him. Um, what hurt me was the person who did my audio. I was like, shoot. I thought he had like the lavaliers. And I was like, dang it, you don't. And I was like, shoot. And then it was beautifully shot. It's just half of the audio is hard to hear, hard to like, and I've been trying to do ADR for the longest.
did he had a boom or no?
He had a boom, and I was just like, yo, I heard that somebody's generator, I heard the fire hydrant, I heard the birds in the trees, I heard, mira, Josefina, que se yo qué.
Believe it or not, that happened to us with Dad Repeat too. But
Yeah,
I
it was
think whoever was like every time we had somebody operating the boom, or even me, like when I was shooting the camera, even if I didn't have the boom, I'd be like, nah, we got to do that again. We hear a bus or something, nah, we got to do that again. We got to do that again. Because those all those little things that do come out in post with a
yeah, oh my gosh, it was crazy. And I was just like, dang, this sucks. Because the thing is, like, there was an emotional scene. Then there was like a police car passing by. Then there was like, I was like, ay, Dios mío. I said, ¿y qué más? ¿Qué más? Por Dios, ¿qué más? And then I landed up editing a version of the film. And but the audio, so I had to actually sit there, listen to the audio myself, and rewrite the script based upon the audio. And oh boy, we're gonna talk after this interview. I'm gonna need your help to find somebody.
for
So we'll
audio.
see. Um, so there's that. So has there ever been uh let's say a location shoot or something that was not as fun as it could have been?
Um, Location. I wouldn't really. I feel like once I'm on location and I got a camera, like there's never been like even sometimes like I could be hot as hell, but it's like as long as I'm shooting and I'm running and gunning, I don't mind it. Sometimes shoots can be too long, but I feel like most of the part where it's not fun is usually like in post-production. Like I've had clients with 18, 20 revisions, and like that again goes to my like I don't know that just gets to me because it's like, all right, not that I not that I don't understand.
Right,
I understand revisions 100%. What I don't like is you not considering the fact that you're giving me like so many things that we end up turning up very close to like the first one. And it's like, all right, You do this? No, actually change it back. No, do this. And it's like, all right, if you give me one list, and then since then, that was like very, very early on. And since then, like now when I quote clients, I just be like, hey, two revisions max. After that, it's gonna cost you X amount. Because like I've seen it all. And then you hear, the good thing about having that in a contract is you project the kind of client they are right there, right then and there. Because they always try to say like, oh, but we have one more revision? Why does it cost to have multiple revisions? And I'm like, see, you're the client, you're that client. So I'm like, nope, I have to stick to that. Because what happens is you end up spending over 40, 50 hours on a project that then you're like, damn, I should have never took this on. And those are the lessons you learn along the line. So like when I would say something that like was the least fun, it would be something like that.